National Quiz Choice Online News, Save with Hyatt. And here I have Mr. Edmund Chen from
Hi.
MediaCorp, and he's one of the world's best artists, actually, to me.
Thank you.
know, and Edmund, tell us, what is it like, to start off as an actor in life, and today you're now, pursuing as a author for children's books as well.
First of all, let me thank you for inviting me to the program. It's been such an honor. Yes, I started acting, say, about 25 years ago. It's almost quarter of a century. And I did some 90 televisions. I did 10 international movies. I have 4 solo albums, and I did some plays. And during this period of time, I realized, because at the time I had my eldest boy, and I realized I missed out a lot of his childhood. I really missed out a lot. I felt I'm not portraying as a good father. I'm not being there when he needed me. So when I had my little daughter, I decided to change it, because, as you know, me and my wife are both actors and actresses. Once we into a studio, we probably be there for like some 12 to 14 hours per day. And there's this saying that you don't get to see your children grow tall, but you get to see them grow long. Because we finish work about 2 a.m. I had to kiss them, and I have to leave home at 6 a.m. in the morning before they wake up. So I felt really bad about it. So I was telling myself, if I was given another platform or something else that I can actually gel my life with them, that would be amazing. And this is the best platform I can find.
Amazing. And so, for the last 25 years as an actor, and how do you manage to meet your wife?
Oh, on set. We spend so much time, on set. And she has been a veteran for like 30 years. She's been working very long in the local television industry. And I was a new kid. And yes, she's one of the iconic figures. She's the mascot of SBC then. It was before MediaCorp. It was Singapore Broadcasting Corporation. And I did a couple of work with her, but she is the Ajie, and we're just small little minor roles until I got my first lead role as patrol, as a policeman, and I get to act with her, and that's the time where we shared, and we realized that it's about time to tie a knot, So without any hesitation, we got ourselves registered and got married.
And being an actor for 25 years, it must have been very challenging.
Yes.
I've heard, and correct me if I'm wrong, that being an actor is never an easy life. There were some reports, by the media said that that actors do not receive Social Security or some form of insurance. Is that true?
Well, I have to confess, some aspect of it's true. It's particularly during my time, we did stunts on pretty much trial and error. I personally had some bad accidents and stuff like that while trying to do some charity events, and then there wasn't any insurance covered, and it was quite bad. But I was thinking that it's for a good platform. It's for charity, and because we're trying to develop, because we can't compare the industry, because at that time the industry is not so developed. We just have to put our passion, and we should not be counting on how much they can support us, but we very much wanted to do a good production for the public. So at that time around, we did not consider too much about what's going to give it to me and what I'm going to give it to. We just wanted to work as a team and produce the best play. So I did so many times because I played many times being a policeman. There's so many times when I fired the gun, the fire came up from this side rather than from this side. And then we miscalculated the explosion. We have explosive mile around you, and probably the sequences are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. End up 1, 3, 2, 4, 5, and then it just. But those are the time. We have some pain, but we have our joy. Yes.
Amazing. And didn't that worry your family? I mean, because you have children and you have your wife.
Yes.
So has that ever occurred to you?
Yes, definitely. But at the time, I guess we were young. We wasn't thinking so much. We just wanted to do something good. You're given a script. We do our best, And yes, when I look back, it does worry me a bit, quite a bit.
Has the world changed today? Is Southeast Asia able to adapt the changes and able to give a better, probably coverage for the actors?
Definitely, definitely. Because it's much a smaller industry right now. I mean, small in such a way that because we are much tighter connected. So, and with the internet, the informations are everywhere. So you even get to know what's a filming industry before you get into a filming industry, rather than not like us, we got into a filming industry, oh, it's like this, it's totally probably different perspective you perceive. It's very different now. And the people, because of the education backgrounds, they are more upfront. They will actually ask for more security, insurance. I think it's a good thing because this is the way we grow the industry. We give each other supports and securities.
Amazing. And speaking of security, the book that you have recently launched, for children,
Yes.
as an e-format.
Right.
And what actually inspired you to write children's, books?
It's actually a long story, but I'll make it really short.
Take your time. Take your time.
Thank you. Okay, I take a nap. I take a nap here. No, it all started when I was a very little boy. It was about, I think, if I'm not wrong, primary 3. That's about 10. Yeah, at the time we do not have iPad or any gadgets. So we just have to live our world in an imaginative or creative world. And I used to go to my friend, which is quite wealthy. He has this big, huge fish tank aquarium. So being a boy, I went back to my mother and said, I want a fish tank. And my mother said, I supply you, I give you a fish tank, I'll steam your fish and eat it for dinner. So I said, okay, that goes my dream. But without giving up hope, I have a few cents in my pocket money. I went to buy a huge piece of drawing papers and I stick it on the wall. And every day I make a trip to my friend's house and I memorize the details of the fish. I copy the fish and I run back. Put it on the wall. I've been doing that for like a couple of months. I have my own fish tank on the wall, and I fulfill my dream, and I'm not gonna dream about it. I'm a happy boy again. End of the year, I went back to his house. I realized his fish tank is broken. The fish all reincarnated. So at that time, it struck me. If I do not have a capacity, I do not need to acquire to have the physical form of the object. You can actually create it on a different platform. So long you let your creativity flow, you're enjoying. You can be a happy soul. So since then, I've been doing a little drawing, but of course reality sets in. My mother said, if you continue to draw, you're probably gonna die. And you see all artists, 10 artists, only one can make it. So what are you gonna do? I said, okay, no choice. So you went on to do something else until it was some like 15 years ago. I was trying to find an equation. Passion is drawing can make money. I was trying how drawing to make money in this part of town is quite difficult. Your IP get copied, anything is not gonna make it. But I still trying to do it. So I came across this hotel project in Kota Kinabalu. They said, Edmund, since you like to draw, and why don't you draw this? I give you 10 endangered species. Draw them. Try to get the world. Stop and to start to love them and don't kill them, endangered species animals. So I said, okay, why not? It's my passion. So I started drawing, creating cardboards and merchandise. But then later on I realized that it's not projecting the right, it's not sending the right message. Because you get a card, a monkey is a monkey, a rhinoceros is a rhinoceros. So I was thinking like, why don't I make a connection out of it? Make them into your friend. It's just like Disneyland created, you make a mouse, irritating mouse into your friend, Mickey Mouse. So I wanted to write a story. So I tried to turn all these animals into becoming your friends. So since then, I'm enjoying doing that until lately, when I start sharing stories with my little girl during bedtime, and the book is getting too heavy. It's like, I fall asleep before my little girl falls asleep. So I start thinking, why don't I create my own stories? So I start creating my own stories, and then my daughters and my children will start questioning me, because being an adult, we are not so optimistic at times. I got very mature plot, and she sort of like pointed out that even in life you have 1% of happiness. Being a father, being a parent, being an author of a children's book, you should magnify that 1%, and that gives us hope, color, and yeah, and then that's life. And I realized that, and I decided to write more children's book with positive messages and magnify even the 1% of happiness. And that's the world we should be.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
And did you face challenges in trying to get this ebook available in the stores?
At that time, because I don't plan myself out as a business writer, a businessman writer, I wrote it out of passion. I wrote it because I got some messages to share with my children. I got some values to share with them. I have some information to part. And I did it just because I wanted to do it. I wanted the best thing to give it to my children. The readers are all my children. So this is where I'm coming from.
When will be your next book coming out then?
It's very soon. It's this schedule. It's August or September because I did the stamp. I'll be drawing the stamps. Did the panda series because there are two cute little friends coming over to Singapore. Panda.
Oh yes.
So I'll be commissioned to draw the stamps. So from the stamps, I would actually do the book.
Amazing. Panda stamps. So yes. So can your fans or our fans, could look up to you at a website or something? I mean, give the address they could look up to.
Yes, I do have a portal. This is a very interesting portal. It happened some 8 years ago when I first left our broadcasting station. I realized that I have many fellow colleagues that left the place and they couldn't continue themselves as an actor. So they end up being an insurance car salesman or they did something else. And I totally feel it's a waste of craft because they've been in the industry for so long and they should be respected. So I took out from my own pocket money, I started a portal. I started calling everybody up, say, why don't you come on to Porter and get ourselves connected again? Because during our time, not many of us use a computer and we're from a Chinese school. So, all our articles and everything are just papers lying around and you'll be soon gone. So I created such a portal and I started inviting. And eventually it grew bigger. Now we got chef, we got sports personalities, we have fashion, we have ex-Singapore, Miss Singapore, and everybody's there. So every category we try to have 10 people, and even the Thai singers are all there. So we network, we try to grow the industry together. And this is where you can find me. And the address is www.ectv.sg.
Oh, amazing. Now I know where to find you.
Thank you.
I
gotta give this man credit, he gave us so much encouragement.
I wish I could, but I have one other question that is, could you give an advice, a lifetime of your experience,
Thank you.
as an actor, as a father, and as an author, to aspiring individuals who wish to walk in your steps?
Wow.
You're a busy man, but people are just wondering how do you manage 3 hats in one?
In fact, I just integrate everything together. I wanted to be an author because I wanted to be a father, to be by my children. And then acting, I'm still, instead of acting, I start producing right now, so I can more time with my family. So I think that's a little thing to share is, if I could, that is, if you do have a dream, you will find a way. There is no definite path for everybody because you have your own background, your own culture, your own understanding and perspective, a dimension of a life. But so long we have the ultimate objective, and what do you want, you find your path. Yeah, you chop, you get a path. And my path could be different from your path, so long, but it's my little scenic walk.
Amazing. And once again, Mr. Edmund Chen, thank you for joining us here at the National Critics' Choice Online News. And thank you once again for watching the National Critics' Choice. Same with Hyatt, I'm Robin Steinberg. Thank you.